So, how can you actually use AI without losing the human touch? I think that's one of the biggest mistakes and fears that people have. And to be honest, it's one of the things that is really important to keep top of mind because with sales and after closing over 5.4 million in high ticket sales, the thing that I've always found that works the best is having that human connection. So it's kind of like this double-edged sword. How can you have AI and still use it in sales, but then you might be losing one of the most important parts about sales, which is human connection. In this video, I'm actually going to walk you through how to actually think about this a lot differently because what I call the hybrid sales teams is the solution to solving this issue. And that being said, right, if you stay until the end, I'm actually going to break down step by step how I'm currently building sales teams for my clients and internally so that we can create a 7-figure sales team with AI, human sales, and the right systems. So that being said, let's talk about one of the biggest problems that I truly believe is happening in the space right now, which is if too much technology and too much AI overtakes the human connection of sales, won't that piss people off? Won't that create frustration? Won't that create a sense of distrust? So to answer this question, the thing that I always want everyone to understand is the paradigm of how we're building sales teams in 2025, 26, and so forth needs to actually change. The old way of building sales teams was what I call the hustle method, which is you're hiring, recruiting, training all these sales reps, these SDRs, these closers, these AEs, only for them to, after, let's say, 3, 6, maybe 12 months, have them leave the sales. And this is a big issue because think about it. Not only does it create opportunity cost, it creates a lot of money being lost. It creates a lot of time, energy, and resources not being able to continue to be moving forward. And so the thing that we have to change in our thinking when we're building this new sales team is how do we create leverage, but also create what is the human connection together at the same time. And that is the biggest thing that I've actually found is why we need to create what I call hybrid sales teams moving forward. Now, what is a hybrid sales team? Well, it's 50% AI, 50% humans. And an equation that I think of that is what I believe is going to be the best way to grow and scale a business moving forward is number one, a great sales culture plus AI setters plus human closers equals cash, money printing, and a human ATM under you. Now, here's the biggest thing that I need to really kind of understand for everyone as well is if we can get the right percentage, the right equation of every single part of this puzzle, that's where the magic will actually happen. So, for example, I'll give you guys a live breakdown of what's happening right now is I'm currently in the process of building out a sales team where we're taking and actually just eliminating all the setters altogether and keeping the closers while, most importantly, growing and scaling the sales numbers. So I'm not going to lie. When I first took on this actual team and we're actually going through this process, it's not as easy as it seems, right? Because a lot of this team is actually used to, AKA the old way, which is having the huddles, having setters, communicating on Slack, all these things. And when you take what was, mainly a leveraged form of labor with the setters to now a leverage based on code and software and AI, a team takes some time to actually get accustomed to that, right? Now, going through this process and after about 30 to 45 days and making sure everyone kind of understands how this AI sales system works, we've now gotten this team to a point where they're booking about anywhere from 5 to 10 calls just from the AI system alone. And now we're seeing where, hey, the setters were at a point where they were booking about 1 to 2 calls per day. Now we're getting to the point where AI is booking 1, 2, even 3+ calls per day just through this system and this infrastructure that we created through AI. So the key here and the lesson that I want to kind of just impose upon you and to kind of just keep you in the loop is at the end of the day, it is going to be an adjustment, right? It is going to feel weird having these AI call up your leads, book these calls, text your prospects, right? But the way that it's coming just from these results is we understand is once the closer just understand that like, hey, this is what the AI does, just like any other setter, the team adjusts. The team actually adapts to that system at a pretty, in my opinion, quick manner within usually about 60 to 90 days. And just like before, they're booking calls, they're having these conversations with very highly qualified prospects. And most importantly, for the sales lead of the business owner, it's a lot less headaches. It's a lot less overwhelm. It's a lot less stress, right? So that's really the key is when we're thinking about human connection is how do we then just double down on the human connection that is happening within the closers? I think that's the most important piece is what you might be, losing out on the human connection with setters, quote unquote, you're making up for during the closer process. Now, here's the thing. Because of how human these AI setters actually sound, a lot of the times these prospects don't even know that they're talking to an AI. That's the magical thing. So this perception of losing human connection is oftentimes just this false illusion or healthy level of skepticism that a business owner might have. Now, once you actually undergo an experience for yourself, this AI sales rep, you realize it's probably most likely better than your current setters right now. In fact, I've had the experience where I train, hire, recruit, onboard these human setters who are oftentimes the most entry-level, most least experienced sales members of the team. And you realize that a lot of the times these human setters actually sound more robotic than an AI sales rep. So at the end of the day, just because you might have had an experience of, maybe you went on YouTube and listened to a very robotic or bad AI sales call, that doesn't mean that that's what every experience of every AI sales rep is going to be like. In fact, I invite you to think that aren't there already bad sales reps who don't sound that great or who are very monotone or aren't enthusiastic or sound too robotic, right? And so just like there are bad human sales reps, there's bad AI sales reps in the market out there as well. So it's very important to you to make sure you do your due diligence, you do your research, you actually vet the possible AI sales reps that you're going to be installing inside of your business. Just like you would interview a human sales rep, you got to have a due diligence process for your AI sales reps as well. But just like there's great human sales reps, there's also great AI sales reps that are very unique, personalized, and most importantly, customized to your own unique business that's actually going to work for your offer, your prospects, and your world. So with that being said, that's really the key is number one, that belief of human sales reps and AI sales reps. Am I going to lose the human connection? Well, first things first is you got to make sure that you actually have a good AI sales rep that sounds human, that isn't losing that touch. But number two, you also have to make sure that you're doubling down in other parts of the process where it is more personalized, there is more connection to make up for any loss of connection that there might be. And number three, make sure that you're not 100% trying to replace all your actual human closers and human sales reps. I always say in the beginning, phase one might be you don't get rid of any of your human reps and you just add on AI as that icing on the cake, right? That way you can start to test, train it, ramp up, get used to it, adapt to the software. And then comes phase two, which is then, all right, maybe I replace the bottom of my barrel sales reps, the least performing ones, the ones that are below par, the ones that are a headache for you to train and manage. And then you just actually replace that with the AI. Then phase three from there is getting to about 50%. So is there a world through training and ramping up this AI sales rep that you've actually replaced entirely your whole setter team, right? And now just have your closer team. Now, what I personally believe and what I recommend to you is that you actually get to a point where you empower your current sales reps with this AI, teach them, coach them on it, help really create a culture around this so that you become an AI-powered business. You become an AI-powered sales team, right? And then from there, it's not really stepping over people's feet. In fact, that's what I'm doing personally in my own business is I'm running a very lean sales team. And the rest of them, I'm actually empowering with AI tools. So it actually becomes their friend and their tool as opposed to their enemy or their competition, right? That's another route that you can consider as well. So that being said, the humans doubling down with these AI tools can actually help them spend more time connecting, more time selling, more time being in FaceTime with your prospects. And that's actually over hedging for that human connection in your process. And it gets them away from the repetitive tasks of admin, of unnecessary tedious tasks of follow-up that's just going through the same motions every day, every week, every month, right? Getting them away from the possible data entry or CRM updating that takes them away from connecting. So that's probably one of the most important perspective shifts that I had, was when I could use AI to streamline the process and take them away from admin that got them away from selling. The shift for my mind, the shift for our clients' minds, the shift for our teams was, if I could get them their time back, that actually gives them more time to connect. So what you might lose initially in that testing period of the robotic feeling of it, over literally as low as less than 30 days, through the time back, through the adaptability, through the integration of becoming an AI-powered business, I might invite you to actually think that not only do you just equalize that in terms of connectivity, but you might actually have the opportunity to even have more connection than you initially expected. So that being said, y'all, that is the big focus in terms of like, how do I actually not lose the human touch when integrating AI sales reps? It's just literally understanding there's actually more benefits that you're not even seeing when you integrate AI into your business. How do we cooperate with it as opposed to that being the competition on your team? So if you like this content, make sure to like, subscribe, follow me for more AI, more sales knowledge and nuggets on this type of stuff. And most importantly, I actually have a community of over 850 plus entrepreneurs already inside of there who are learning about everything AI, sales, and getting to over 800K plus months inside their business using these tools, using these right systems. If that sounds like that might be helpful for you, then there's a link below of this video. Go ahead and join that. We'll approve it immediately. And most importantly, I will see you on the next video. Cheers.